Hi, guys. Welcome to the TCCW Live. We are here today with our guest, Miss Andrea, also a new core member in the carnivore community worldwide. And we are so excited to get a chance to be able to talk with her, discuss all the fun things, and dive into some interesting subjects. So, Andrea, welcome.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here and excited.
It is pretty exciting. It is pretty exciting. James, what is
What's
up?
up?
You actually had a chance to get to talk to her in person live
Oh
and
yeah,
meet her.
absolutely. We met at Hack Your Health in Tampa, and I was sharing with her before we came on live that Andrea, your energy is superhuman. I mean, we talked in the airport. Here's a quick backstory. I had to fly from Tampa from Friday night to Houston for a class reunion, and then I flew back Sunday morning. And Andrea and I had met that Friday at Dr. Kiltz's dinner. We were just texting back and forth, and she's like, "Actually, I'm flying back out to I think North Carolina, right?" And so we ended up meeting in the concourse. Happened to be the same concourse at the airport, and we spoke for over an hour. It was just superhuman, beyond human, just carnivore, just finding life conversation. It was great.
Yeah, we were like standing there and as if nobody else was around. It was just him and I having a conversation that was really superhuman. It's just so nice to be on that level with somebody else or find your people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to agree with the same as well because it's it gets very lonely being in the carnivore space and not necessarily having an in-person community on a regular basis and and to be able to like interact, enjoy each other's company, have that banter. I mean, it's one of the best things for sure.
Yeah, we could look around the airport and quietly, instead of quietly judging the way that we do, it was very together judging. and it's not and it's not to be
Yeah, I'm
rude, but
like,
it's
wait, what are
also
you talking about?
it's not to be rude. It's just to be honest. Like, look, we can probably figure out. Look what this person's ordering. Oh my gosh, that's like no animal fats and no animal proteins at all. Like, what good is that gonna do them? that kind of conversation. Plus, also our families, how we've improved our lives, our loved ones. We want to love them more. You talked about your kids or your daughter, Andrea, I believe, and how that's kind of improved your your motherhood. Again, it was a great conversation. I'm
You look like you're anticipating something. Oh, I think
She
Andrea's
frozen.
frozen.
Oh, yeah, it was great. But I mean, the conference in general is great to be around your people, so to speak freely. Um, say what you need to say and want to say
Yeah.
about optimal health. Yeah, it looks like Andrea's
Sorry.
frozen.
Yeah, she had to pop out and I'm like sorry. Um okay. One second. I'm gonna see if I can help her
Okay.
get get figured out really quick.
Well, this is interesting. Solo. Yeah,
Just start talking, James. Just
I
start
know. I
talking.
know. Well, okay. I will talk while we sort out things with Andrea. To those listeners, oh, Andrea's back. I'm
See,
going to hold that topic though. I do have a question I
sorry,
wanted to bring up.
my phone completely like overheated and wouldn't let me in. I don't know what's going on. Doesn't like me today.
I was just hyping you up. Yeah, that's all.
Oh, you were?
Yeah,
I think we can hype each other up pretty good.
yeah.
Well, I think I'm back, so I think we're good.
Okay, so a hot topic that is is um is on subject is there is this thing Andrea has been doing or not doing, should I say, which is coffee. She has been withstaining, abstaining. Is that the
Well,
right
hold
word
on.
for it?
I'm next word. I not yet. I'm starting on January 1st with my lion diet
What?
to remove the coffee. That's what I'm doing.
Okay, so January 1st, come one, come all, join Andrea's Lion Diet challenge. I just made you a
That's,
challenge.
that's fine. Everybody, come on. Whoever wants to join, let's go. Let's do this.
Right?
James, you're
Let's
already
rock
there,
and roll,
so
baby.
Yeah.
inspiration.
Well, I'm not 100% clean on the lion approach. Look, I started lion, meaning my lion version is beef or lamb only. And I think I've mentioned
Mm-hmm.
once going to eggs out of the only availability at the time. I was off site somewhere. Anyhow, one meal is eggs. Other than that, Hack Your Health, which was just over 4 weeks ago, was my first start of the Lion Diet. And being just over a month in, it is absolutely mind blowing how good humans can feel, or at least I'll speak to my own experience, which I relate to other humans. Look, carnivore is a win-win. We know this in the space. Carnivore with eggs is still optimal, and carnivore without eggs and additional uh, foods or drinks like coffees are it's just enhancing that optimization. It's amazing.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how it goes when I cut coffee. I've literally had a cup of coffee or a pot of, we'll just say a pot of coffee every day of my life, at least in my teenage adult years, right? So I'm interested to see how much further I can take this by removing coffee, but also eggs and dairy. So kind of excited, but also nervous at the same time to see how it goes. I'll keep everybody posted, don't worry.
Well,
Okay.
yeah.
No.
Excuse me, I didn't mean to jump in. Go ahead.
Dang it, James. Jumping in. Come on. Um, so I have questions. So for Hack Your Health, you both went and had an amazing time. So other than me being utterly jealous of not showing up and being able to have the same experience with all of you, what would you guys say was like your favorite part about the whole experience, other than missing me while you were there?
You were there in spirit. We wanted you there. I think for me, it was just exciting to be around, we'll just say like-minded people, because where I'm at, and I'm sure that a lot of people can attest to this, where we're in this level that is not understood by the populace, and the way that we feel while we're in this lifestyle, I don't call it a diet, it's more of a lifestyle. Um, we've never felt like this before. And it was just very nice to be around people that have that same sense of feeling where there's this calmness, there's this clarity. Um, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but there's definitely a sense of calm, and I think just being around everyone that has the sameness of um, energy is just amazing. I didn't want to leave. I want to go back, or I just want to be around people like that again. What do you think, James?
I agree, 1,000%. It was amazing. I'll never forget that Friday arriving in the morning and walking in and feeling like family. I went last year, so then I saw some like recognize faces. Hey, how you doing? Good to see you again. But one of the first people I see is Carrie Mann. And I was on with him like so many of us. And it's just like, hey, what's going on? Good to see you. It's family. You meet his team, and then going over to Dr. Kiltz as well. Just interacting with him last year and throughout, obviously engaging throughout the year like we all do as well. And same thing. It's like family. Hey, what's up? He calls you by name. He not just me, but other people. Obviously, Jonathan was there. He knows Jonathan well now. So it just felt like family. And to have those experiences, those habits, my favorite part was on Friday at Dr. Kiltz's dinner. Like it's 200 people there. We just took over the entire restaurant. Andrea, you and I sat and ate the latter half of dinner together there as well. And it's just looking down the table, every row of tables, and everybody's eating just meat. You don't see that.
And they had their own salt on the table. They were dousing their whatever meat, chicken or lamb and beef with their salt. And we can all resonate with that. But yeah, that dinner, I invited myself to that dinner because I got there so late. I was like, you guys are going to dinner? How can I go? Somebody send me the link. It was amazing.
Andrea, it was so funny. And Selena, just so you, for experience or context, it was a Brazilian steakhouse. So they walk by with different cuts of meat. And the overcooked meats, everybody hands down was saying, no, 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 get that out of here. So it was interesting. The people who were bringing the meat like caught on that, hey, pretty much everybody here wants it blue. So that was the funniest part, I thought.
That is pretty funny. I never thought about the aspect that if you had all these carnivores in one space and you're offering like different plates of meat and different levels of doneness, that once you're kind of carnivore for a while, you tend to eat it a lot more rare than normal, or normal, quote on whatever normal is, but in comparison to most, right, normal. I do find definitely the concept of like what you were saying, Andrea, about, different locations and areas that people are in and how the experience can be slightly different of what might be more open, more probable, or less accepted. Because I know, like, where I live, it's very similar, very close-minded to a lot of the concepts of eating this way or having this lifestyle, and it can be rather disappointing, I experience. And I think a lot of us here in the US feel that way, but the reality is I think it's fairly similar kind of across the world. Like it's not just here for us that it can be a little segregating in this particular lifestyle, which I think is what we're trying to break here by being more forward and like out and kind of talking to people and bringing this awareness to light that this isn't strange. It's not like some weird whatever. And by the way, it's not a trend.
To him.
It's not extreme.
It's not extreme, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I haven't seen James smirk this way in any live to date.
How am I smirking? Is it like in a negative or a positive way?
No, it's adorable. I'm just like, you're just over there like beaming, like.
Well,
like
I will say, I was telling my husband, because we were walking the mall earlier today, and I was made a joke, but it's like half-hearted truth is I feel high on life.
Yeah.
Really. I mean, I'm just joking around, making jokes all the time, but I gotta say, like feeling high on life, eating just ruminant meat is really made a change mentally. I just feel like firing a lot faster in all directions and at all times from morning to night. But yeah, maybe that's partly of the reason of the smirk. I hope.
maybe if, because you've been doing the lion diet for a couple of weeks now, it's kind of like kicked in,
I think so.
where your body is adjusting to it and it can
Yeah.
continue on with what you've already been doing on carnivore, because we already know cutting all of the processed stuff and fruits and vegetables, eating only meat or animal based, right, gives you that mental clarity and allows you to be, gosh, just in it, if that makes sense. But removing everything else, I
Yeah.
think dairy can probably cause some problems, even eggs. So removing that just allows your body to continue to excel and fully become what the human species is supposed to be or feel like.
Yeah, I think I have to agree with that completely. Absolutely. We have Brian down here in the comments on the Instagram live. He is basically starting a chant. He doesn't realize it in the comments. It says, "Tell us your story, Andrea." But I almost imagine that he's like in the stadium, like, "Tell us your story. Tell us your story." That's what I imagine. So for all those that are not as familiar with you or your page or haven't discovered you yet, how is it that you came to be on Carnivore?
Well, if you don't mind a bit of the backstory before carnivore, um, back in, I think it was 2022, I was having some pretty serious health problems. I know I was in the hospital in the ER in 2022 for, I had a blood clot in my leg, but I was also going through like some other stuff where I kept gaining weight. My skin was weird. I didn't know what was going on, and I kept swelling in my legs and got a couple of like blood clots. They were superficial, but the last one, it landed me in the emergency room. Um, so just a couple of health scares. And every time I go to the doctor, they just don't know what's going on. So I think my last straw was after being put in the ER for that blood clot. I went to the doctor as they said for like a follow up. It was a vein clinic. And they're like, at first, here, let's have some baby Tylenol and use compression socks. Okay, that sounds good. She was a PA, so she's like, I'll be right back and put your prescription in. And she comes back 5 minutes later and she has the doctor with her. And he's like, no, no, no baby aspirin. We need you to go on Eliquis. We're going to do a vein study on you. But the only way that your insurance is going to pay for it is by doing this vein study. And you have to take this Eliquis, which, if you're not familiar with it, it is a blood thinner with a black box warning. And I got really upset because we went from baby aspirin to Eliquis. I was like, absolutely not. Canceled all my future appointments, fired all of my doctors, and that was my last straw. So fast forward to the end of 2022, I started working with a health coach and went through a couple of things. And one of the questions that she had asked me is, have you had any dental work done? So getting into that, that led me down another rabbit hole of, something else is going on. Went to a holistic dentist, found that I had infected root canals, and that's another part of the problem. So during that time, getting that fixed and going on the advice of my health coach of removing all the processed foods, going more of a keto type diet, which still includes fruits and vegetables, I started to eliminate them. And as I did, I'm like, gosh, I'm starting to feel better when I don't eat this stuff. And I would say within a year or so, I started removing most vegetables, most fruits, just on my own. And then I found the book, Toxic Superfoods, which you can imagine how I felt when I saw Sally Norton at Hack Your Health. I was like, oh, Sally Norton. But so I read that book. I was like, gosh, this makes so much sense. So I just kept eliminating stuff. And I think the last thing that I removed were sweet potatoes. And that's when it really clicked, because those, whenever I ate them, my body ached. It was almost like having a fever. if that makes sense. So that's kind of what led me to start removing stuff. But a more fun story. I was at my cousin's house one day, about a year and a half, well, maybe 2 years ago, and I was telling him what was going on, what I was doing. Um, I had started working on my health coaching certification myself because I wanted to help people too. And he said to me, "You should do carnivore." What? Like, yeah, my buddy Sean Baker, we were in the same squadron together. He's a good doctor. He does carnivore. He's the carnivore doctor. You should do carnivore. I'm like, you're crazy. Why would anyone just eat meat? Like, I had already kind of eliminated stuff, but I just thought it was crazy. So he's like, go follow Sean Baker. I'm like, okay, I'll do that. And I did. And that just kind of took me down the path even further. And once I removed everything and just really went more just meat, just some cheese and dairy, it was like a switch. I couldn't believe how much weight I lost. Um, Really, it's just been the clarity in my mind, and like James said earlier, like the ability to just fire. It's hard to describe that feeling, but as it's like every day gets better and better. And that, just talking to my cousin that one day in the kitchen and having read that book by Sally Norton about, toxic superfoods, like kale is not good for you, spinach is not good for you. Like, why am I eating this stuff? They tell you that you should be. But when I remove it all, I feel amazing. So that's kind of like in a nutshell how I got here. And I would say in the past 5 months, I've been more strict carnivore. I had in the beginning of the year, I had avocados, maybe, and some cherries here and there, blueberries, but I cut all those out about 4 or 5 months ago and really started seeing some changes in my body composition. That's been the most amazing. I'm like, this is just how I'm supposed to look. I lost like 30 pounds in the past year and a half or so. I'm like, this is amazing. It's just amazing. Everybody should do it.
Right? It is pretty phenomenal to get that just shift of feeling better. And like I tell people all the time, the whole focus with carnivore shouldn't be about weight loss. That comes when healing. It's like when your body is finally healing and it's able to feel safe, it will let it go. And I think so many people also, though, have kind of this like sociological idyllic of what they're supposed to look like as well, that it's like, there's this thing where it's like your body has a healthy stasis, a place that it's supposed to be. And that's not going to be the same for everybody, but you can see it when people are not eating a healthy diet. And what I consider a healthy diet would be carnivore. Like, you can see it. You can see
Agreed.
the pressure in their skin, even if they're not, quote, overweight. Like, you can see it, and it's hard not to notice, for sure.
It kind of makes you want to just like go shake somebody, right? And it's like, hey, I know you don't feel good. I can see it. You probably feel really hot right now or inflamed. Let me
Yeah,
help you.
yeah. Right. Well,
It goes back to the judging part, right?
I think the difference is we're judging from a place of wanting to help them and not judging from a place of damnation, if that makes sense for people. Like,
Oh,
yeah, it's like
100%.
you guys just don't know. Like, you're not even aware. So we have Everett in the background. I'm going to add him in. And when I add him in, I'm going to have to hop out for a second. So if you guys be patient, but welcome Ev and let him in. Hey, Ev.
What's up, everybody?
What's up,
Oh,
Ev?
What's going on, James, Andrea?
Good to see you.
You too.
Nice
Huh?
to see you.
I literally just pulled into my apartment, so I got a lot of catching up to do.
Well, yeah, we were
that's really
just. I
good
don't know if you
timing.
heard. I don't know if you heard what we were talking about before you hopped on. Oh, oh, that's the surprise. Oh, wow. Okay, if you're listening,
I know you
Selena
can't hear
and
her.
are in the same spot. They're in the same location. That was a surprise.
Wow.
That's amazing. I was like, wow, both in North Carolina, right?
Oh boy. Selena, I'm gonna tell Jenny on you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell
He said,
Jenny
I'm
on
gonna tell
you.
Jenny on you.
That's why there was an echo this entire. Oh
Surprise,
my
everybody.
gosh!
He said, this is why it's echoing.
Yes.
I'm like, that's so weird. Amazing that y'all are together.
I'm gonna go back to my room so I can hear you guys.
She's going back so she can hear everybody now. That was a surprise.
Wow. All right. Interesting.
That's a nice surprise. Great to see you two together.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, everyone thought I was gonna be like, "Oh my god!"
Oh, wait. Did we lose her just because I walked over here?
I think so.
The camera's mad at me.
I'm surprised you don't have like a backup microphone in your studio.
I just gave it to my husband today. Before this.
Okay, fair enough. He deserves it.
I think your husband was live last night.
He was. He's starting to kind of go live, and is it too fun? Is it because of this? All right, she can come over here.
All right, this is an amazing surprise. I love it.
Flop a chair. I
So
don't know how this concoction is gonna work out.
now, just for reference for anybody listening,
Yeah.
Andrea is now in Selena's studio in a very
Yup.
tight space.
Make her reconfigure her whole studio.
We might have to share a chair together.
Right, yeah.
There's no chair room, guys. It's not even like a.
Oof. That's
Can we do
brutal.
that? We can do speaker. Which one?
Well, it was funny though that one of the conversations you left off with Selena is just how judging others out of wanting to help them, and comes from a good place. And obviously, I think that these same people who are standard eaters are judging us.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
there it is.
well, they judge us because they're not used to information that we hand to them.
Absolutely, and they're not used to seeing just meat on a plate. I think it's interesting. Like today, for example, I was out at the mall. I ordered beef patties, and
I saw that eyebrow, Ev. We can't hear you, but I saw that.
Oh,
Hold on. Working on it.
Are you losing me at all?
I can hear you, Ev.
Okay.
But I was saying it's interesting. I ordered the beef
All right,
patties.
you guys say something.
Oh, hello. Hey, talking. No, can you hear me? Oh, she exited.
Can you hear me now?
Hello.
Good.
Is it plugged into your phone?
No. It's so it normally comes through here, but that's because it goes through the interface.
Is it still plugged in? Unplug it.
But this doesn't have a speaker.
Oh.
So I'm trying to get. You guys should be talking. Stop just staring at us. You just say stuff.
Well, so I'm ordering the burger patties, and literally the order comes in, and the person behind in the cooking area literally yells to me and says, "Just the patties?" And I respond, "Yes." No bun? And I'm like, "No bun." And she looks to her partner to her left, and they both look at each other like, "Oh, that's a carnivore."
Yeah. I do that at a restaurant that I go to every once in a blue moon, and I'm just like, no sides, no fries, no bun, just
Yeah.
patties. and they give me the dirtiest look. They're like, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Shows you how much I use the
And
remote.
the only thing that's the worst part about that though, James, is the burger, because it comes with like bacon, cheese on a bun and French fries. It comes out to like $16, right? So I'm paying like $16 for like actually no, I'm paying like $32 for 2 patties basically.
Yeah. Well, this is great because
yes. What kind of charger do you need? The iPhone?
So I'm trying to send a message to Selena. I don't think she knows that they're unmuted.
Yeah, I don't think they know.
There she goes. Okay, she got it. I was gonna respond to that though. I got the 2 patties from wow, where was I? Anyway, $5. $5. It was a great deal.
Yeah.
So I'll live in that. Look, I wanted to bring something up. I want to bring it up with you, obviously, since it's just us two for right now.
Yeah.
And it's that someone yesterday, I was making comments and said they'd been on Carnivore for 6 years. And then when they quit Carnivore, they dropped 70 pounds, 70 pounds. What are your thoughts?
Are they sure it's not muscle? Because it could.
I mean, can't lose 70 pounds of muscle. I don't think humans can gain, like most humans can't gain that much muscle alone, in my opinion, let alone lose that much.
Yeah. I mean, are they active? Is that at all? Or were they just, was it just their diet basically?
I don't know. And the interesting thing is next weekend, I'm going to go on his YouTube and we're going to have a discussion. But my question really is, and I don't want to get into, I want to circle back and say, maybe you can, I'm thinking through, you can have 70 pounds of muscle, of body weight. But I think if someone's carnivore, of all the accounts and experiences that I've experienced and across all the social platforms, social groups, across Facebook, X, obviously Instagram, going to TikTok as well, I've never seen anybody on carnivore for 6 years and then suddenly quit and then lose so much weight. If you were carnivoring appropriately, I think you would already be at a, as you said, health optimal or your ideal weight, Selena.
I missed all of that, but yes.
Now,
yes, exactly what he just said.
I mean, was the person male or female?
So for context, Andrea and Selena, is this guy says he quit carnivore after 6 years.
Oh, okay.
Talking with him yesterday, and that he dropped 70 pounds, so a significant amount of weight after he quit carnivore. And I was curious, what are your thoughts on that? Because for me, that's alarm bells that maybe this carnivore approach wasn't accurate or really close to being proper.
My opinion is most likely he was probably eating a lot of dairy, not eating enough red meat, and getting most of his fats early in the morning, which isn't horrible if you've already created a healthy stasis. But if you're getting your fats all in the morning, you're not going to want to eat the nutrient density of the red meat and actually fuel your body for the rest of the day.
Mm-hmm.
And you will retain weight because your body is only looking for the fats, but you're not nutriently feeding it.
Mm-hmm.
That would be my opinion on why.
Yeah, probably just had a lot of dairy and probably lots and lots of dairy, if that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Did he binge eat every weekend?
I think that could be a combination of things, and it takes obviously honesty as well. So one of the key driving questions I'll have next week on his YouTube,
right,
which will be like, yeah, talk through your carnivore journey every 6 years.
Because we've seen people that tried carnivore in the past, but they also said, I was eating carnivore and then I added fruit with it. I was like,
Yeah.
that's not
That's not
carnivore.
carnivore. Yeah, exactly. It takes a level of honesty, but I mean, by all accounts, thousands now of all the people that we interact with, when people restrict to animal foods, they tend to find optimal outcomes. And I don't see too many people who quit carnivore, number one, but who do and then lose 70 pounds. That's just a lot of weight. Yeah. Selena's giving the strong head nod. I agree with you.
Right? Like that just is so oxymoronic. And it makes me sort of question, like you said, about the just, being truthful with yourself and like just being honest with what's really happening.
Mm-hmm.
I find there is this thing sometimes, and man, I might lose some followers over this one. I find that there are some things sometimes that people tend to be psychologically addicted to drama. And if they're not getting enough of that dopamine hit from what they're doing experientially in the moment, usually they will create scenarios, whether they're fully honest about them or not. And I'm not saying this guy's a liar. I don't know. But what I am saying is the likelihood that he lost 70 pounds coming off of carnivore and adding in a bunch of like carbs and fruits and vegetables again, and then he lost 70 pounds.
Yeah.
What drugs were you on?
Yeah.
What prescriptions? I think we lost Andrea again. Exactly. So like she just said in the background, maybe he's on the shot and isn't being, I mean, but these are all speculations. We don't know this. So anybody who's watching or in the comments, be aware. I'm not saying he is. I don't know what he's doing. I'm just saying 1 and 1 is not equaling 2 on this particular equation.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. Yeah, I don't see.
Yeah, there's
I
got to
don't
be
see.
some more backstory to that, other than just being carnivore and then not being carnivore. Like 70 pounds is a huge number.
Yeah, I mean, it is for sure.
Unless he's taken the fat drug.
Yeah,
right.
the one the one that is announcing to the world that we have an obesity problem because everybody's willing to take it.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's willing to talk about it. I love the fact that it's now mainstream and it's even on a show called South Park. There was an episode that was released and it was an hour-long episode just about, quote, the drug. And everybody's like, hey, do you have the drug? They have the drug parties where they're all just jabbing themselves and they're losing weight.
So how is Cartman going to look?
He's not going to be beefcakey anymore.
Right. That was one element. I won't spoil it though for those who want to watch it. But it's great that, South Park is making fun and leaning into where we are in the world today, which is relying on drugs to try to find health instead of relying on our own selves and our own lifestyles to be where we need to be and actually sustain it.
Well, they did have that one episode where Eric Cartman was like, you got to flip the food pyramid upside down.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they know, but they also have boundaries to where, okay, can we take it this far or can we take it far enough to where we're allowed to show people? Because they could get censored at any given moment, and they still are on Comedy Central, I would assume.
I think one of the biggest problems with really the drug industry, big pharma, right? It doesn't fix the problem.
No.
So I understand these weight loss shots, the, Ozempics and Manjaro, those things, they can be of assistance, right? But it doesn't fix the problem. How did you get there in the first place? And what are you going to do to fix that? Yes, you can use this shot. It's going to let you or allow you to lose weight, but it's also, the side effects are tremendous. They're going to shut your body down. You're not going to be absorbing the nutrients that you need. So you're essentially starving yourself. So yeah, absolutely you're going to start losing weight, but you're also going to be losing your health in the same timeline. So what's more important? How fast you lose weight or how much health you can maintain? Like what is your overall goal? It's got to be, okay, I want to lose weight. I'm going to use this as assistant, but at the end of the day, you want to be healthy, right? So using this as a tool, it's what's going to happen when you lose all the weight? Did you fix the problem? It's going to happen again. That's my gripe on it.
You're not gonna,
I'm not a
you're not
medical
gonna
doctor
fix,
though.
the problem is not solved with the drug. Like you said, there's many side effects, and as we are learning now, many people are voluntarily coming off of the drugs, and then they're going to continue eating the way because they have not learned a new lifestyle pattern, and will then gain the weight back and also accumulate the chronic diseases that have already been ongoing, or obviously as a result will now come up in so many cases, like so many humans deal with across the world.
It's the same thing when, everybody wants to go on TRT at such a young age, or any enhancement, basically. Everybody wants the easy way to get the best looking physique that they can get.
Yeah,
But is your health worth the cost?
There's
well,
no easy button when it comes to that. You've got to put in the
No.
work. You've got to create the habits. Otherwise, it's just not going to work. And it turns into that, I like to call it the vicious diet cycle, right? Diets don't work. Period. Period. That is a hard stop. They don't work. So sorry to be so blunt about it for anyone watching that's on a diet journey. Diets don't work. You have to change your lifestyle if you want to get to your ultimate goal of being healthy. Because with health, as Selena said earlier, comes the weight loss. Your body's able to get back to where it's supposed to be, and it will come off when you are healthy.
For some people, it takes a long time for it to come down. It depends on how inflamed your body is.
It can take years.
So, yeah. I'm not even 2 years into the carnivore diet. Not yet, at least. June I will be. And I don't got the greatest looking body right now, but eventually it will come. But I feel better, more energized than when I was in my 20s.
yeah.
Yeah, I definitely feel much better now than I did when I was in my 20s. I was talking to my cousin earlier this morning, just about this, and I was saying the people that are younger than me, we'll just say like 20 years younger than me, they've got a head start. They've already, begun their health journey before they're 20 more years into destroying their body with the toxic, sad diet. So they're just going to save themselves years of torture.
I wish I knew about this years ago.
Oh, you and me both. Probably all four of us, but absolutely. I mean, if I had picked up on this, even just in my 20s. I mean, in my 20s alone, not even, I think we lost her again. Not even like way back, but it's like if I could have just gotten this in my 20s, the difference this would have made in my health long term overall, it would have been exponential. I probably would be flying around levitating, just so you guys know. Like it would be that awesome.
You're not already though? Come on.
Yeah.
Andrea says she agrees. She agrees.
I agree. And something we talked about in our chat earlier, but over the holidays here in the U.S. for Thanksgiving, my little nephew, 4.5 years old, was looking at me and was like, "Hey, Uncle James, why do you like steak so much? Why do you eat steak for breakfast?" And I'm like, "You can eat steak for every meal." Well, why do you eat it? Because steak is healthy. Well, how come I don't eat it? And I'm looking at Mom like, why?
Yeah, Mom.
Can I have a piece of steak? I cooked a lot of steak, and it's like, you can have one piece. Can I have bacon? Oh, okay. You can have one piece. Pat it down with a napkin. Get all the fat off of it. I'm like, are you serious? This is where we still are for kids that are younger than their 20s.
So let me get this straight, right? Fatty bacon is not okay, but having sugar and lots of it in the morning for kids is like a trendy thing. That's okay. Got it.
Yeah, a big bowl of frosted flakes with some low fat or skim milk, which is fully loaded with sugar. That's healthy.
What's
No,
up,
I don't.
Joe?
Hey, what's going on, guys? How are you?
Good, Joe. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic.
Nice. We were just talking about James's nephew. His mom was like telling his nephew that you can have one piece of steak, one piece of bacon.
I heard that. Well, we talk about it all the time, how in our society it's dogmatic that meats and fats are bad, right? And
Mm-hmm.
that, unfortunately, we've crossed the line with healthy and, calories, right? So, whether, this cereal, which is heart healthy because it's stamped right on the box because it has grains in it and, it has low calories, it's good for you, which we basically know sugar, gluten, wheat basically destroys your body, right? It's not necessary. We don't need it and we're consuming too much of it. Right. So yeah, it's hilarious. And I totally get it. I had this conversation with a client the other day. I said, you're actually doing your kids a disservice by not promoting the lifestyle that you're living, that you're thriving in. And I said, why? Because you feel guilty because they're not having sugar, and and the reality is you got to stop living through food. And that's what they're doing. Right. Like, when you're an adolescent, when you're a child, when you're a teenager, you're just smaller versions of an adult human. We all thrive on the same stuff nutritionally, right?
Mm-hmm.
So absolutely, and I see that all the time. And, I've been lucky enough and blessed enough to work with so many people that I've had parents hire me when their kids have, OCD and ADHD, and literally within 6 months to a year living a carnivore lifestyle, it reverses. And people really don't think, the number one thing that affects your body the most is consumption, what you're eating. So yeah, I get that. I hear that. I see that all the time.
Mm-hmm. Well, they feel guilty because they feel like their kids won't fit in with the other kids if they don't eat this way.
Yeah.
I like to tell my kiddo when he's around others, that have maybe birthday parties and there's treats. We'll just say treats because I don't want to offend anybody. I will tell him before he goes, like, make good choices. You know how you're going to feel after if you eat that. So he's fully aware of the good stuff and the bad stuff, which is great. But I think that it's important for us as parents to teach our kids that it's not okay to keep eating that kind of stuff. It's not good for you. It's not what our bodies are meant to eat. Yeah, it's going to give you that like dopamine and feels great. It's going to taste so good. But at the end of the day, that's not what we're supposed to eat. You don't feed lettuce to a lion.
It'll give you energy for maybe 20 minutes. That's it. And then all of a sudden you just want to go.
Oh yeah. Well, and that's because carbohydrates is your body's preferred energy source, which is, I love when I hear that. And that's the macro-based, influencers' new big thing, right? I don't know if you guys recognize that's only something that's come around last year or two, or that, that whole premise, carbohydrates is the body's preferred energy source. And the reason why that's came about, because our space has grown leaps and bounds in the last decade, And people are finally figuring out fat is a much more efficient, effective source of energy. And the reality is when they say that, they're saying that for the exact reason Everett you just said, because yeah, sugar gives you energy response quicker, but then it also goes down. That's why you have the ups and downs. And that's why in our lifestyle, we don't have the ups and downs.
Right.
And it's literally the opposite. The body's preferred energy source is actually fat, right?
Mhm.
If you look at the history and the evolution of humans, which a lot of people don't really look at, and and everyone likes making fun of us when we say it's a species-specific ancestral diet, but the reality is we transitioned from primates to humans as we know it from the consumption of fats and proteins. And we didn't eat any carbohydrates for tens of thousands of years, and it was all meats and fats prior. And the source of carbohydrates we ate literally was twigs and grass and barks and leaves. It wasn't what we eat today. And the reason why I laugh at that, I call them discussions, people call them arguments. When I was doing a live the other day with a macro-based coach, and I said, listen, I go, if it's your body's preferred energy source, why does it hold minimal amounts of energy? 2,000 calories of energy, right? He wasn't even aware that the body can hold up to 100,000 calories of energy from fat. And the reason why the body only holds 2,000 calories of energy, because when humans started eating carbs and the body recognizes food as literally just support or energy, well, the body already had a great energy source. We didn't need another one. That's why the body limited how much it could store, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, the science actually proves fat is your body's preferred energy source, not actually carbohydrates.
Well, Coach Joe.
Yes, sir.
I do think that sugar and carbs are the preferred energy source in humans. When you don't have ketones in your body and you're not fat adapted, absolutely, because you have no other choice.
Well, but we basically know after 3 to 5 days of eliminating carbs, the body recognizes fat as energy and starts converting it into ketones. So, James, I know you're being awesome and red fatty meat baby, but I'll disagree with that and basically say it's still not the body's preferred energy source, whether a person thinks they're conditioned to it or not.
Well, I don't know if you heard my joke.
They haven't felt the high of being on ketones. If they think that feels good, they should be on fat.
Yeah.
I'm going to jump in here and welcome Christina. Hi, babe. How are you?
Hi, guys. Sorry, I'm a little late.
Hey, Christina.
How you guys doing?
What's up,
Christina?
How are you?
Good.
How are you feeling?
I know I was a little sick. I'm still very congested, but I'm doing good. And it snowed by me. It snowed so much, so it's been crazy.
Nice.
Yeah, you guys need to keep that cold weather up there. I don't want it down here. It's supposed to be 16 degrees tonight, and I'm not okay with it.
Oh, it's snowing where I am right now.
Yeah, but you're up north.
Yeah.
So it's okay for you up north. It's not okay for that cold down here. Keep it.
It's not so bad. It's only about 30 degrees out right now.
I don't even know what it is here. It's cold, so.
Yeah.
I'm with you, Christina. I like it hot. I like it 30, 35.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I have two homes, one in Ontario, Canada, where I am right now, and one in Boca Raton, Florida, which I go down next week for a month.
That's
but
so
I much
nice.
prefer the weather down there, 100%.
Yeah, that's the best.
Joe, I can't wait to see you. I am definitely.
Yeah, buddy.
And I don't know if I cut out. If you got my joke, definitely ketones are the actual preferred source.
No, I know, buddy.
Oh,
I was just having some fun. Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, but yeah, I can't wait to see you. I always love, we were talking earlier in this conversation, like Christina, we met at Hack Your Health. Andrea, we did. And Joe, I can't wait to meet you. I met another great human being in a carnivore named Julia. Many of us know on social media here in the Miami area. It was just amazing to meet people face to face and have this awesome, authentic, healthy energy.
Yeah, I heard you guys talking about Hack Your Health. I asked this morning in our group if anyone's going to Meat Stock, because I'll be going this year as well again. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. And, we talked about it, it's awesome being in a community of like-minded people that have the same, values when it comes to lifestyle. So they're always great things. I kicked myself. I had a last minute opportunity 2 years ago to speak there, but I couldn't because I had a conflict and I should have canceled that other event and went there. But it's, I look forward to it. So, and I look forward to meeting all you guys. Yeah. And James, when I'm down in Florida, I actually, I have over 300 clients in Florida. So I usually, every time I go to Florida, I have a dinner, and a bunch of them, like the last time I was there, I had 100 clients and we went out for dinner. So it's great. So I plan to meet with all of them again.
Dang.
Oh, that's nice.
Very cool.
I can only imagine the amount of steaks that are on that table.
Yeah.
Have to do the Brazilian steakhouse.
Ooh, yes.
All you can eat.
Yes, I love it.
So to your statement, Joe, I am doing everything I can to make it to Meat Stock this year, as it is actually on my birthday. So that is like, okay, I want to go be with all my carnivorian people.
Yeah. Well, we're going to make sure we're going to take you out for a tomahawk on your birthday.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
I know,
I've bought
Christina,
my
you always
ticket to
have your
Meat Stock.
tomahawks, and I get so jealous.
What did you say? Sorry, I missed you.
So I was watching earlier.
I always see you with your tomahawk steaks.
Yeah, I love a good tomahawk.
So it was that Christine? Because I see Christine with tomahawks all the time. I get jealous too. I only get so many when I get a whole cow.
I love it.
So I'm going to Meat Stock as well. I got my ticket already. Yeah, so see you there. It's going to be epic. What's it like? What's the layout of events? Like, it seems like it's in it almost has a feel like it's in a small town. And is it like in an outdoor environment?
Well, it's in Tennessee. You know what? I've been carnivore over 8 years now, and I can honestly tell you the space and the events in the last decade are just crazy compared to what they are now. And even the speakers, the events, it's truly, it's motivating, it's inspiring, it's empowering. Like you go there for 2-3 days and you leave and you just want to like friggin' you like want to change the world, right? Like we already, I was on a podcast with Mark, and we were talking about, he had Dr. Sarah on, which was a doctor in the UK. I forget Sarah's last name. That was basically, she was like disbarred by the medical community because her beliefs in a ketogenic lifestyle. And, she made a comment where you find out the truth, you have to deal with the consequences, meaning it's hard to lie to people, right? And it's amazing when you go to, I think, just looking at some of the speakers and some of the criteria this year, like I'm going to get into as many as I can just to increase my own knowledge and ability, meet a bunch of people that I want to meet, and, just to help me empower others in this lifestyle and to promote and get them to do it. Yeah, like if you haven't been to one, and I would say every year they get better, right? And it's crazy. Like I was at one 4 years ago, and like I'm an early riser. I get up at 3:45, 4 a.m. every morning. I go to bed around 11 or 12, and I usually train within a half an hour of me getting up. And it was just crazy. I go to train, and like there's Dr. Barry and a bunch of people training, right? And everyone just starts working out together and start talking, and you have these awesome, basically, conversations, but they're all basically genuine, and they're all non-scripted, and they're all just naturally occurring. Like it's crazy just listening to conversations, listening to people. I get super jazzed and excited just thinking about it and talking about it, and it's awesome. And the difference with Hack Your Health and Meat Stock is really carnivore driven, where Hack Your Health, there's a lot of carnivore, in there, but it's not like 100% carnivore, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there are little differences, right? Like I've never met him, and I'm interested in meeting him. But that Zane guy, that is kind of, he was carnivore, now he's not, and we always make fun of him or say, but just to kind of hear his ideology and hear his thing, and I like to have some fun, and I can't wait to question him on a few things and to see what he responds on. But if he even goes to that, which he will, because he does promote, he's more into meats and protein, but now you got to balance it because carbs aren't evil, which, I actually am one of those people that think carbs are evil, and they are. So.
Nice explanation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really excited to go to Meat Stock. This is my first time going.
Yeah, so I was watching earlier. So Andrea, nice to meet you.
Me too, Joe.
Yeah, and I was listening, and I love your origin story, and the reason I wanted to kind of talk about that a little, just so more people are aware, is Andrea was intelligent enough and smart enough to, when the doctor recommended a medication, from the baby aspirin to going on something stronger, to realize, hey, maybe I shouldn't do that, or maybe there should be other way. And I think more people what they need to take from that when they hear people talk about that aspect is that, they think of the medical industry, and that's what it is, a medical industry. They think the medical industry is a health industry, and the medical industry isn't a health industry, right? And that's what they need to understand, is that the medical industry doesn't look at root causes. They look at, this is your issue, we're going to use a med to manage it, right? There is no medicine that actually heals you, right? And people need to really understand that's the real big difference between, when people use food as medicine, other criteria as health professionals. What we're doing is we're looking at the root cause. We want to know why this is happening. And once we figure out why it's happening, how do we overcome that, right? That's what the health industry does. The medical industry doesn't do that, right? And that's why, if you just ask your doctor a few simple questions, which they don't like, because they don't like to be questioned, that's great, doc. You want me to go on this med? When is it going to reverse my illness, ailment, sickness? When is it going to heal me? And, your standard response usually is, well, it's nothing. You're going to have this for the rest of your life. You're going to be on this med. We're just going to manage it. So, it doesn't, give you cardiovascular heart disease, right? All this nonsense. But yeah, I love that fact, Andrea. And I think more people need to really understand that we need to be looking at root cause all the time instead of just kind of managing the ailment. And that's all the medical industry is really managing the ailment. It's not getting to the actual issue.
No,
So, yeah.
The medical industry is definitely a business. You think
It is a
of
business.
when you walk into a store, you're there to buy something, and that's the exact same thing that what the health insurance is, or the medical industry. It is only a business. If you're not sick, they're not in business, and they're not making money. They're not there to heal you, just like you said.
And people need to
they don't
recognize that
tell you.
food companies want you eating, medical industry wants you on meds, right? And I think where the people are having some issues is, there's a big difference between medical and pharmaceutical, and they're both industries as well. Inherently, I don't have issues with too many doctors, right? They are great individuals. I have 4 family members that are doctors, right? They are great individuals, and they usually get into that industry or that profession because they want to help people. It's more their system. Their system is based on meds to basically manage, not to heal, right? My issue with doctors is they're uneducated when they actually comes to health. They have no nutrition background. They have no supplementation background. They have no exercise physiology background, but they love to give that advice all the time, and they shouldn't, right? I have clients that are doctors, that are nurses, that are practitioners, because that's not their job, right? And unless they go outside of their purview and they take courses and they learn, they get nothing, right? But that's not their job. Their job is basically to sit there and talk to you for 7-11 minutes, and in that 7 to 11 minutes, diagnose what your issue is, and hey, let's take this med, right?
Well, Yeah, and to your
And
point
not give you
about
the black box warning.
And to your point, Joe, about this being an industry and a business model, is you enter the front desk area, and the very first question is your insurance up to date? Because we want to make sure that we're going to charge you, obviously, an overinflated rate that we're going to get paid for. And then the very next question, or the very first question that you're asked when you are in the office with the physician is this your current or still your current pharmacy? Because that's another transaction that's going to happen.
Yeah.
There's more financial incentive there to prescribe, and then there's money spent also with insurance. So you're paying the doctor and the pharmaceuticals all in one visit every time that you go, let alone other treatments that you may not have expected to receive while there. So yeah, I think ultimately I wanted to land with this part or topic as well, which is, as we know, I would call the overall health industry a scam. Not to you, Coach Joe, not to you. I think overall the industry is a scam because more than ever people are subscribed to gyms and workouts and buying equipment and bikes and whatever you want to call it, and we're growing more unhealthy year over year.
Oh, absolutely. I agree. Listen, I left the corporate world, the fitness corporate world 2 years ago. I was in fitness for 35 years, just under 4 decades. And, it's kind of the dirty little lie in the fitness industry. We tell you it's 50-50 nutrition and fitness, if you want to get healthy and change your body. And we literally know it's 80-20, 90-10. It's nutrition and then activity, right? And even the aspect, I actually have done videos, you don't have to exercise, and people lose their mind, right? And I said, well, watch the whole video, and I go, listen to everything, because the thing I'm talking about is you don't have to do physical activity to lose weight, right? And the reality is you don't, right? And that's prevalent from millions of people around the world going to the gym every day, and they literally look the same. They never change. And the people who do, what have they done? They prioritize their nutrition, right? So the body basically changes. I think we got to look away from, the fitness industry as, I need to work off my calories, work off my fat. We can know that doesn't happen. You cannot outwork your diet, right? It's just the way it is. And you got to start looking at physical activities to keep your body strong, to keep you fit, to keep you healthy, right? Because the reality is working out is just one form of physical activity, right? It's not the end and all be all. You can basically do what James does. Like, he does his shuffles, he does his steps, he does his walks. Like, bottom line is you can get in great physical condition, right? I'm one of those people that I do believe in physical activity on a daily basis. Like, I do something an hour physical every day. I don't go to the gym 4 days a week, but I'm doing something hourly physical. And I don't do that to lose weight. I don't do that to maintain weight. I do it to keep my body strong, healthy, and fit. Like, I'm 57, I'm 3 years away from 60. You hear people all the time in their 50s, 60s, 70s falling, breaking a hip, right? I don't want to be one of those individuals. And the reason why I'm not going to be one of those individuals is I keep my body strong, but it has nothing to do with my weight, right? I have a great before and after picture of, 8 years ago when I started Carnivore. And, the only thing that changed before and after picture was just my nutrition, right? And, and a lot of people say, oh, you look like that because you work out. And I said, well, no, I look that way because I work out, because I like a certain look. And I've always worked out since I was 14. I go, but, my exercise program didn't change. My nutrition changed. And one of the biggest things I recognized, and one of the things that why I transitioned my entire coaching and nutrition practice from macro-based for 35 years to carnivore in the last 8 years, is first time in my adult life that I maintained my weight for more than 3 months. When I was doing macros, I always struggled, right? Because I struggled with the same thing. I was addicted to carbs. I was addicted to sugar. I would do well, but then end up binging, overeating, falling off. Like, how many times people doing their macro-based lifestyles of balance and, basically, intuitive eating, like it doesn't work, right? Like you end up, you're always hungry, you're always craving, you're always struggling, right? And that is a perfect recipe for basically not being successful because you fall off, right? Like even being educated, being in this field and being a coach, I still struggled with my weight, and so many do. And it's because we are literally taught a lie. Everything I was taught over basically my years was basically the opposite of way the body works. Like it is nuts how efficient, how effective, how effortlessly the body functions in this lifestyle, right? And it doesn't do that in a macro-based lifestyle. There's way too much. And if I have another basically fitness macro-based influencer tell me it's not sustainable, and it's because their definition of sustainability is variety, I'm just whatever. I've met more people over this space that it is the only thing that's ever worked for them and it's sustainable because they don't struggle with hunger. They don't have cravings. They basically are never hungry. Like, I love the fact I'm over 3,000 days carnivore. I haven't been hungry since day 20, right? Like, that's crazy. To me, my entire adult life that I can remember, I struggled with cravings. I struggled with hunger, whether I was eating, 3,000, I would do a cut. For me, a cut, because I was an old school bodybuilder, lived that lifestyle forever. For me, a cut was around 3,500 calories a day, right? And my bulk was around 6,000 calories a day. It didn't matter whether I was 3,500 or 6,000. I was always hungry, always craving, always struggled. There's actually a great carnivore joke. What's the difference between a group of carnivores and a group of macro-based diets? Well, the group of carnivores are all happy. All the macro-based people are miserable because they're all craving, they're hungry. And they hate us because we eat bacon and eggs and chicken wings and steak and eating butter, right? Like, and they're like, oh, that can't, and that's why all that can't be healthy. I go, well, 100% it's healthy, and we actually feel and look better than most of you guys without effort. Sorry, you guys, you gotta stop letting me ramble. I'll talk forever.
No, it was great, Joe. It was great. It's funny you say that because, like, I mean, I've been an athlete. I've basically grew up in the gym, but I've been on and off, right, throughout my years, up until I started really taking control of my health over 2.5 years ago, because I went 1 year animal based before I went carnivore. And so far, I'm about 1.5 years into carnivore right now. But I've been consistent at the gym ever since then. I haven't been this consistent even in my 20s. I was always taking like a few months here, 6 months there, stuff like that, because I was working at night a lot, and it was, along with the diets that I've had previously, which was a lot of carbs, a lot of vegetables, and all that stuff. Like, yeah, I still enjoy my steaks and chicken, but I was also adding on some uh, protein powder, which most of it was plant based. And I felt like garbage half the time. And that's what made me not want to go to the gym, because I was always so tired, exhausted. So basically, everything, the lifestyle that these guys promote is literally unsustainable, because I've lived that, and I've had experienced the unsustainability. Carnivore, I don't have those issues. I've been, like I said, I've been consistent with the gym for over 2.5 years, right? I mean, I feel better. Even from my 20s, I feel the best I've ever felt. And it's like, these guys, like, I've lived their lifestyle. I don't get it. And I did a reel earlier today making fun of those influencers, because they're shooting up like enhancements and including TRT. Even guys in like their late 20s and early 30s are doing that stuff. They're doing that stuff behind closed doors. And yet, because it doesn't make sense that they're scarfing down Taco Bell, McDonald's, and Chipotle, and yet they have a physique of a bodybuilder. Like,
well, listen, you're not, first of all, even TRT, right? There's a difference between true TRT for testosterone replacement therapy, for therapeutic grounds, or just on hormonal balance. These guys aren't doing TRT. That's just the nice way for them to say they're taking a low dose of test, which they're not, right?
Right.
So that's totally separate. But no, 1000%, I get it, because I have conversations, my side hustle is I'm a head trainer 2 days a week at one of my friends' facilities. I train their staff, and it's just so I can get out of the house a couple days a week, because my home office, my office in my home now. And I have arguments with these guys because they literally tell me you need carbs for energy. Meanwhile, they're sitting there with their extra large coffee, their pre-workout, and an energy drink just to work out, right? And I'm like, guys, I go, it's an oxymoron. You're telling me how you need all these carbs, and meanwhile, they've already had their oatmeal, they had their sweet potatoes, they had their rice. I said, you've had 300 grams, 400 grams of carbs before your workout, but you still need these stimulants and more energy to get through your workout. And they're like, they can't even fathom that. They just think that's normal. And I go, it's not. They've made it normal. I go, like, I'm 57. I literally get up at 4 a.m. I go to bed 11 or 12. I'm straight through. I function like a rock star, superhuman. I only eat twice a day. I'm in maintenance. I work out at 4:30 a.m. My first meal is not to 1. These guys freak out that I don't have a pre-workout meal, that I don't consume 30 to 40 grams of protein right after my workout. And I'm like, because that's all nonsense and propaganda sold to you guys. So you just consume, spend money, and eat. I go, it's not necessary, right? And it's not really functional. It's not the way it works, right? So yeah, I totally get that. And I challenge these guys all the time. I'm like, go without sugar, go without stimulants for a month. I don't even get to a month because they can't do it. They can't even fathom that. I said a week. I go, get through a week without sugar, without caffeine. See how you do. I go, and where are all your carbs that are giving you great energy? There's not. I was an athlete all my life. We were taught to carb load. Carb loading is basically a fallacy. Your body doesn't hold on to those carbs and gives you energy. That's why you got to consume them all the time. I have clients that are high-level elite athletes, triathletes, runners. They're training fat adapted, and they're utilizing fat for energy. I teach them how to fat load, and it's night and day different. My one client's a triathlete. She goes, it's crazy. She goes, I'm literally blowing by people on my bike and seeing them like squeezing their carb gel, glycogen gel, which is basically sugar. It's a sugar gel, right? And it's like these people have to do it once an hour, twice an hour, because it basically gets into their system, gets depleted. And she goes, and I'm just flying by, right? And like it's nuts. And I totally get it. And you're 100% right. And it's people who train, they have this hard thing. They don't want to put the work to get through it, right? And that's when a lot of athletes come to me. I tell them, listen, you're going to go through a rough month. I go, because your body's addicted to these stimulants. That's what's getting you through. It's actually not even the carbohydrates, right? And once they kind of get past that and their body starts getting a little more fat adapted and utilizing fat for energy, it's a night and day difference. Like your workouts have never been better. Your recovery's never been better. Your strength's never been better. Your stamina's never been better. Like, it's crazy. If you would have told me at 57, my training would have been better than when I was in my 20s, I would have told you you're crazy, right? But like, we always talk about it. Like, I joke all the time, I'm 57, look like I'm 47, feel like I'm 37. Right?
Sorry, I'm not laughing at you, Joe. I'm just laughing at Andrea sneaking up behind Selena. But,
Hey guys.
But anyway,
I love it.
I'm sorry, Joe.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
Listen to.
Well, you know what, guys? I was just in between clients. Thought I'd pop on, say hi, jump in the convo. Love all you guys. Love the community. Love the live. And just came to jump on, say hi, and let's keep it up. Let's keep promoting the lifestyle, promoting basically the word of meats and fats, and it's healthy and it's good for you. And we just start converting more and more people.
You got it, dude.
Okay, guys, have a great day. Thanks.
Yeah, you too.
Mute, right? Bye, Joe.
Yeah, it was really interesting. It was really interesting to hear. I think it was either the Meat of the Matter or on the Carnivore Revolution podcast, but someone brought up, if you are in the sugar athletes, you want sugar athletes to be great half of the year or do you want a ketone fat fueled athlete to be 95% at all 12 months of the year? So 100% of the year, 100% of an athlete for half the year, or you want a 95% athlete at half the year? And I obviously easily would take that month, 95%. One of the studies that was mentioned in that podcast, again, I don't recall exactly, did show elevated consistency almost at 200% for ketone fueled athletes, because we're not guzzling, as Joe was saying, sugar and carbs just to get by in each workout. So also wanted to add, I'll wait. Ev, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that it's funny because these guys, they need carbohydrates every 20 minutes. They need a stimulant every 20 minutes. They need something to just wake them up. When they just have to eat fat and they have consistent energy throughout the day. Okay, now granted, it's not going to be the energy where if you chug down an entire can of C4, and you're like like one of those like ragers at the gym, that needs to get smacked in the back with a freaking chair or something, and you want to scream your lungs out before you bench that 500. That's the type of energy that those guys always want, where you don't need that type of energy. And besides, if you're a rager like that at the gym, you're just proving to people that your cortisol levels are so through the roof. You could launch a rocket ship with that thing.
I love your explanations, Ev.
That's pretty good.
Right.
Actually,
I can't hear you.
No, I muted for a second. That's why. No, but Jonathan, he mentioned that about insulin one time in one of my posts when he commented. He goes, "Yeah, let's get an insulin spike high enough to launch a rocket ship." So I give credit to him.
Yeah.
And many of us have heard so many elite athletes are, with their blood tests, so you can be lean and mean and still have insulin resistance.
Yeah.
That's something a lot of people I don't think are very aware of, is that just because you're lean doesn't necessarily mean that you're healthy.
Oh, no. And you can spot all the breakouts throughout their body, that their gut is screaming.
That's a good point, Ev.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like there's this one kid that all he does is freaking, I've shared his reels. Like I've reacted to a bunch of them, right? I remember one time he was like, he had a whole table of every dessert from the Cheesecake Factory. And then I cut it out and I go, try eating 1 kilo of ribeyes. I bet you can't even do that.
Isn't it funny though, like talking about that you can literally force feed yourself all of the garbage food without a problem. Like you could just go and go and go and go and go. But when you're eating something that is actually nutrient efficient and dense, there's no way you could eat the same volume of food.
Yeah.
No.
Absolutely.
Absolutely not.
I mean, I can eat over 2 pounds of steak easy in one sitting. Those guys, I don't even think they can do that.
Do that too. Shut up.
There's gonna be no off switch because just like we know, we'll eat and eat to satiety with steak and say to ourselves, "Wow, the leptin is speaking. We are done eating." And as soon as a treat, a pie, a cake, a cookie is in front of us as humans, the switch just goes numb, and we can continue to eat. We just told ourselves that we're full, we're at capacity. It's just insulin. They're doing this, and it teaches us how to. Our motivation is skewed, altered thinking. Oh, this is normal. This is healthy. Yet,
right. Your sound is cutting out really bad, James.
Yeah, very bad. Like frozen bad.
Yeah, like I'm like
wait,
telepathically picking up what you're saying, but I don't think everybody else is.
Yeah, she's able to teleport people too. So surprise for those that just jumped in here.
That's right. That's right.
We are here. See, we're really in front of like with each other.
Are we gonna
Not
bring
one of
back
those
the Vine
holograms.
day? Are we gonna bring back the Vine days when everybody used to pretend to teleport?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Man, Ev, you're really pushing our age out there, aren't you?
I mean, I'm guilty of doing it. Like you jump up and then you show your feet, and then all of a sudden you're in a different set of grass.
But only grass. We can't teleport anywhere else.
Oh,
Just on grass.
We got to ground ourselves.
well, I've done it like, you know, on a from hardwood floor to grass before. I've also done it, you know, from a different building, like 6 miles down. You know, because I'll record for like a second and then I'll re-record another second down the street. Vine was just crazy back then.
Yeah, Vine was something. You guys have already seen all my old I almost said dubstep. It wasn't.
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Dub smash. Yeah.
Dub smash, yeah.
I'm like, I never dubstepped, but
God, that was so like back in the day.
right?
I know.
I was going to share, though, I don't know if you guys heard of a really new study. It's very robust, and it actually supports the red meat as being healthy, which is me.
Oh, hi. Nice.
It's you.
What? No.
It's funny. I just had to, because like that's the way I phrase it now. Like, oh, there's a study that says red meat's good for you. Oh, what's the study? Me. Like, there's no you can't compete with that.
No, you really can't. That's a really good point. We are our own experiment. Like,
yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's within our power to take control of our own health, and this is definitely the way to do it.
Which you did, and then the proof is, like I mentioned before, like one of my TikTok videos was removed or flagged because I was referencing you, Selena, and how you healed. I didn't say your name, but healed from cancer on a carnivore diet with minimal medical intervention. And someone somewhere thinks that's misinformation. Probably somebody tapped in and bought into the system, quite literally.
But you said the word. You said the word heal. You didn't say the C word.
Oh, I think we lost him. I think he might have actually said the C word. So I've learned, as far as I have to say things like reversed my diagnosis, or reversed. You have to say it in such weird ways that even if somebody tries to report it, that it doesn't go through, because they're like, well, she didn't actually say ... XYZ.
Right.
And it's really sad. Like, I've practically been, I think, like, out of the last 5 videos that got put up on TikTok, I think 3 of them I had to remove. And literally just talking about my own personal story. I know the same thing very similar that's happened to Jenny. And they're telling us that we're giving misinformation, and that it's like, well, how is it misinformation when it's our own story? Like, it's our life. It's not even, but yeah, it's crazy.
That's because you did it outside of medical. That's why.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's
insane.
And it's insane. It's insane to me that humans globally believe in this system. Like, it couldn't have happened. It really just couldn't have happened without the medical system being involved. We've defaulted to that being the way of health, but it's really not. If your story, I've said it before, but stories like yours, people would think that cancer is the big bad wolf. But when we learned that it's mostly due to fermentation from the foods we eat, it's a metabolic disease, like most of modern diseases, you realize, oh, okay, I can do simple adjustments in my lifestyle and actually heal and begin to thrive. Because as we know, our bodies are very detail oriented and our bodies want to heal. Our bodies don't want to produce disease. It didn't just happen to us. We got there.
And nothing happens on accident.
Right.
But somehow they just think, oh my God, I have cancer. I don't know how it got there. I have this disease. I don't know how it got there. I eat healthy. I take care of myself. What happened?
Yeah. That just goes back to the whole, it's a business. Medical industry is a business, and they're not there to heal you. They can fix things.
Well, back in the
that are like a fire, they can put the fire out, but they're not there to heal, unfortunately.
Exactly.
Well, back in the 50s, you used to be able to heal at the hospitals because the beds were outside because you were getting sunlight, and you used linen sheets.
Yeah.
Now you're just laying on plastic, basically, and you're not getting any sunlight, and you're being fed garbage food that you wouldn't even feed your dog.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
Here, have some Jell-O. This will make you better.
Yeah, not at all. Like, that's the reason why.
Some Wonder Bread, white Wonder Bread.
Right. That's why so many people are in the hospital in the first place, is from those types of foods, and then just perpetuating. So I wanted to stick it to the modern mainstream medical system, and they can stick it in their mouth. You want to see what it is?
Yes.
This right here.
What? You're gonna eat it raw? On camera? Live?
I should. Yeah. Mainstream medical system.
Where's
should
Jonathan?
eat this.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh, that looks delicious. My mouth is watering.
Let's get the fatty side,
baby. Carnivore, let's go.
Right? We all get James's catchphrase in our head.
Can we sell T-shirts?
Yes.
There you go. I know. How many times did I say that to you, James, while we were at Hack Your Health?
Yeah. Gotta let them know. You gotta let them know. That's I know I always say it, but that's the main purpose. Is like, you say low carb, no carb diet. That just sounds, whatever. I can do that, Rob. Baby.
We need Jonathan on here too.
Yeah.
Oof. But going back to Joe's conversation about the medical industry and talking about doctors and health, I would argue that the biggest scam artists in the medical industry are psychiatrists. To be fully honest with you, because let's be honest, right? You're going to see someone to talk to about your problems, but the problem is you're seeing them like once a week, maybe once every other week, and you're a person that's seen someone for like 3, 4, 5, 6, some people 10 years, and you're telling me your problems still aren't solved.
Yeah.
And on top of that, they keep pushing the same thing like other doctors do. They'll keep giving you the medication. Oh, you feel this type of way now? Okay, let's switch over to this medication. Right. Or, oh, this symptom came back. Okay, let's put you into that medication.
Yeah. I was in that boat. I was in it, and I'll speak to it quickly, which is, it was flipping medications, and also I took control of my health before I became carnivore. But this is me starting to understand. I don't feel normal taking this medication. So then I flipped on another one. I also don't feel normal on this medication. So I stopped taking it. When I went into the doctor for my scheduled visit and do the urine test early on, the doctor approached me and said, "I didn't see the medication in your urine. You stopped taking it?" I said, "Yes." I didn't feel good taking it. Okay, do you want me to prescribe you any more? No, I don't. I'm okay. Like, I need to overcome this depression or this anxiety. on my own. And I know something that's growing rapidly is metabolic psychiatry. And people and doctors in mainstream, more or less, knowing or learning that metabolic health has influence on our mental health. And I think that's amazing, because that's really where healing comes from. Is Christina, you just missed it. You want to join the party and eat some raw red fatty meat?
Oh, I love it.
This is the actual healing and health for life right here. It's not in a pill.
Brain food.
This is it. It's very simple.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
That's the best.
I know, I'm kind of jealous too. And I had like 3 pounds of meat before I got here. Not really, maybe 2 brisket burgers.
I believe my freezer is still overfilled last time I talked to Christina.
Are we still bungee cording it?
Oh, gosh.
Not at the moment, but it will be soon.
I know my freezer is not stocked up right now. I need to. It should be restocked soon. I'm getting another half a cow. So
Oh, there
I
you go.
swear, I got like a fourth of a cow and I went through it like that.
I believe it.
Yeah.
It's so easy to eat a lot of it. It's like one day I can only have like just a quarter of a pound of whatever. And then the next day you're like, gosh, I just ate a pound and I can eat more. That's how I am anyway. It's crazy.
I go through those phases too.
Christina. Oh, excuse me, Ev, my bad. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
Yeah, cut him off.
Christina, I say this in all positivity, but like we were eating our meal at Dr. Field's dinner at Hack Your Health, and you can put it down.
Yes, I can.
Oh my gosh, you can put it down.
Yeah, I eat a ton. Like I'll eat like a couple pounds a day, which is some people don't eat as much, but
that reminded me of something, Christina. Because you ate so much meat, you got into James Cappola's radar at one point a long time ago. He was walking outside. He was responding to one of your reels after you were eating like 2.5 pounds of meat off the cardboard, and his complaint was like, "Yeah, but you're also 23 years old."
Oh, I think I remember that. I remember that.
Because her being 23 years old is the capacity at which she can eat? Like what?
Yeah.
What?
Because
it's so extreme that people don't know how to respond or react.
Right.
Well, because people are so used to the fact that like, oh, it's because you're so young, you can put all that food away, this and that. I'm like, it's typical rhetoric.
Excuses only have a short timeline. Their excuses can only last for so long. And I love the mainstream, I call it mainstream now, or at least midstream carnivore is picking up pace quickly. And the more and more people and the more and more years that we continue to be the prime examples, the excuses are going to fall short. It's nothing to say to another human who's actually like lost weight, who has found mental clarity, has good energy, and then for you to actually stare them in the face, eye to eye, and say, "Oh, you just wait till you get, colon cancer." It's just laughable. You just wait until you get heart disease. Yeah, that's what the things they say on social media. But real confidence, as I say, arrives at 0 feet. So let's stand face to face, and you tell me that what I'm doing is bad, and let's do this after I've done it for X number of years, hopefully up to 10 to 20, 30. Too bad we didn't start, like we said, in our 20s. Not all of us could be as lucky as Christina.
I probably would still be playing hockey if I found out about this diet.
Yeah, that's like what I said earlier about y'all that are younger. Like I'm 44, but Christina, you're 24. James, I forgot how old you said you were. You don't have to say it unless you want to.
Yeah, I'm up there, 38.
I'll tell him. Okay, so well, I'll use Christina as the example. Like, you're 20 years younger, right? So I'm still in my healing process here. I've got 20 years of continuously, we'll just say, throwing garbage into my body, not knowing better. So you're on the other side of this. Like, you are able to start early and heal yourself first or sooner
before getting into like
A lot of
the weeds.
crap.
I'm gonna say the weeds of stuff.
Yeah.
So
But
I think it's great.
Sorry. Speaking of that, knowing that you've talking to Christina because I'm blocking you guys out. You guys can't see that, but I'm blocking out. Since you've been not feeling so well recently, and I know that you're not big on medications, and you did make that a big point in one of your posts here recently. Walk through kind of like what you're doing, what your protocol is, or what you kind of do when you get sick. What is it that you do? I know what I do. I know what I do for my kids, but what do you do when you're not feeling so grand?
So it looks different, I would say, because I don't get sick very often, but I don't know. I have like a weird belief system, which I don't know. I would like to hear what your guys' view on it. But like I believe like getting sick and sometimes is like I don't know. I feel like I'm like detoxing like a lot of like old like I feel like I go through seasons where I'm like still like getting rid of like stuff from my body that like from like old medications and stuff. I don't know. I just have like a weird like thing that I think of, but I don't know. When I get sick, it's just like I keep everything the same. I'll drink like warm water with I do a lot of like minerals and stuff or like salt in my water. So that helps. But just, trying to relax and stay under the radar as much as I can. But I'm the type of person where I'm like, I need to be doing things 24/7. I feel like a lot of carnivores feel like that. Like they just have like so much energy. They just want to keep go, go, go all the time. But yeah, I don't know if that made sense. But
We're always on the go.
yeah.
It is.
Yeah,
true.
that makes sense. I think it's good to take a step back, and if you know you're not feeling great, like listen to your body and relax, feed
Yeah.
yourself so your immune system can heal. But I agree with what you said about like going through a cycle. Your body's detoxing. You can put years
Yeah.
and years of crap in your system. It's going to take years and years for it to come out.
Yeah, that's what I feel like. I don't know if it's just like you catch a cold from someone, but I feel like it's more like a detox where like my body goes through like these detox periods where I just like getting rid of stuff. But because like I said, I don't do anything pretty much different. I eat the same foods, drink mineral water, salt my food, and that's pretty much it.
Well, the thing is, just
Food is medicine.
because you're sick, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. Because, like you said, body's probably going through a detox period. It happens.
I was telling my husband earlier today that, and I don't want to jinx myself, but I have not been sick this year in 2026. And something that's interesting, I'm not immune to getting sick. Let me just be out there forward facing about that. It can happen.
Yeah.
But I have felt symptoms of a cold coming on, and then they'll just wean off by the end of the day. And that's been really interesting. I don't know if you all have other similar experiences with
Once
these
in a blue moon.
I haven't been sick in about a year, so knock on wood too.
Yeah. And obviously, I think it goes without saying, like, I don't have a flu shot.
Of course, yeah.
Or other
You're not vaccinated?
What did you say? Wait, was that the bumper sticker from yesterday? I didn't see it.
Yes.
So
So
vaccinated?
get vaccinated, and
Yeah,
then it said, and
Oh,
then it
God.
said,
I laughed so
get
hard
the
when you
facts,
showed us
lose the
that.
fear.
Oh, God.
It's crazy.
you knew you were gonna create a circus when you posted that video in the chat.
I didn't get to see it because I was driving, but I didn't get to see it. So
We won't talk about the fact
But
you were
now I
driving.
know you were driving to
stoplight.
Selena's place.
It's a stoplight. I had to go.
Yeah. I responded to a reel of a guy that held up like a blood clot. It was like 2 feet long because they were filtering somebody's blood because the person got vaccinated twice. And then I responded with like, you freaking morons. wanted me to take a chance on getting that. I'm like, yeah, because it was a time when people were really vicious. Like, you're not taking a vaccine? No. What? Oh, you got to get the vaccine. Otherwise, I'm not talking to you ever again. I'm like, okay.
Another false, in my opinion, boldly and strongly, I believe that is another false belief in our mainstream medical system.
Right. 2020 proved that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's a study that came out just very, very recently, and I think somebody did a reel on it where if you get the flu vaccine, you are actually 23% more likely to get the flu than somebody who doesn't.
Interesting.
We've known that for years. That's the crazy part.
It's like official now. It's official.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, for most of my life,
right?
I got the flu vaccine for most of my life, obviously, and I got the flu just about every year. So when I started thinking critically, which, as we know, is usually just asking simple questions, why am I getting the flu, but yet I have the vaccine? So it's not working. Critical
it's not as bad though. It doesn't last as long. That's why you get it, and then you won't get other
that never
people
happened.
No.
That never happened.
It makes sense, right?
I haven't had a vaccine since I was like, let me think, maybe 12 or 13 years old, I think. I think, because my mother was starting to become like really against vaccines at that moment. So thank God for that one.
I used to think the I'll call them the moms on social media, because there's mostly moms that I saw. This is around before 2020, 2021. So this is, I would say 2019, 2018. It was picking up steam, at least on my social algorithm. And it was moms who were like the anti-vaxxers. And I thought in myself at that time, like, these people are absolutely out of their mind. Like, why would they not trust a vaccine? And then, coming out of the back end of all this, and we're all seeing very clearly what did and did not work. Then it's very obvious. And I look back at these moms from, these anti-vaxxer moms back from before all this chaos of sorts. And I'm like, wow, I'm glad they actually stood up for themselves. And I'm glad for the people in the moment in the last 4 or 5 years ago who actually stood up for themselves as well. Because like I said, if it wasn't for my husband who was standing up, I was in there. I was part of the train. I was just following like a sheep, and I was one of those people. And he just kept telling me, he kept shaking me and waking me. Why are you thinking that way? Why are you doing this? And I'm like, what do you mean?
Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but like a lot of those.
Do you hate it really, Ed?
Well, two things. But in that conversation, there were actually a lot of those anti-vaxxers that actually ended up becoming pro-COVID vaxxers, unfortunately. And it was crazy. Like 2020 just proved everything. And on a second note, I got to get going pretty soon, but I just wanted to hop in for a little bit. I'm just very fortunate that I don't live in Providence, Rhode Island. I don't know if you guys heard about what happened, because I actually live 15 minutes away from that city. And,
that's scary.
Yeah. Well, you wouldn't think that such a small city in the smallest state of the country would have that many problems.
It's sad.
Yeah, exactly. But I gotta get going because I gotta go to the shelter and bring some dogs inside. Otherwise, they will freeze to death.
Oh, that's nice. Thanks for doing that.
No problem. They pay me to do it, so. All right. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye.
How do I exit out of this stupid?
We all
still live.
that was the goodbye. How do I stupid thing?
That's great. We'll just watch him go and handle the dogs inside.
All right, so I wish I could be sporting a beanie right now. Just saying.
Oh
At least you
yeah,
called it a beanie.
What else was it?
a little hat.
Toboggan?
Yeah, it's so
Toboggan.
cold here. It keeps my head warm.
Where are you?
I'm on Long Island, so it's not even that cold, but like it's snowing here, and I'd rather be in Florida, somewhere nice and warm.
She'd rather come visit you, James.
It's got to be
Yeah.
at least now. It's got to be like 40 degrees here.
It's
40.
Oh,
You're
It's
right
supposed
on
to
the
be
money.
21. Yeah. Like
it's not. I'll take the warm for now. It's 80 right now.
Oh my
I'll sit
gosh.
outside.
in my home,
Shut up.
where I live. Let's see.
That's
Where do I live?
amazing. Life
It's
must be
32
good there.
degrees at my house.
Yeah, it's 29 here.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and Philip said in the comments, he's like, yeah, it's like, I don't know, 60, 65, 68 degrees, something like that. And I'm like,
Oh, look at
Oh,
all
yeah.
those clouds behind
right?
you.
and palm trees.
Are there any streaks in here? Do you see any streaks?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The
They're, like,
new clouds.
faded.
Yeah. No. Right. I'm out in the backyard. It's where I like to.
Oh, that's so nice.
This
Grounding.
is the place.
What?
We have
okay, we're
scenes
going to your
behind the
house.
scenes.
Yeah, that's
it's a lot
beautiful.
more blurred on the camera. And here's Kona.
Hi,
He's-
Kona.
He wants to play. Hey.
Oh, that's so nice.
Right?
Quite a contrast from yours,
Like we're all in
Christina.
sweatshirts and cold.
I know.
James is just over here.
He's like, I got 80-degree weather and sunshine with palm trees.
That sounds nice. I know. I want to be a snowbird. That's my next goal in life, to get a house in Florida so I could just boop, boop, boop.
And yeah.
Go back and forth.
Right? Sounds like that's what
the
Joe
dream.
does, apparently.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
that'll be the goal.
Yeah.
One day.
One day.
Day.
So,
Do-
no, you
Oh,
go
I was
ahead.
gonna ask, do you guys have like a lot of people on the same diet, like around you or like in your family or anything? No. Or
Um,
significant others? Like, do you have people who are like
So-
willing to try the diet or something?
So my husband's carnivore with me. Our
That's amazing.
youngest is carnivore, although we do let him from time to time eat things that are not carnivore. And my oldest son, he sadly is not, but he's willing to try it from time to time. Like he'll do it for a little bit, but he just turned 18, so he's kind of like,
Yeah.
I wasn't carnivore when I was raising him, and he was already like 16, 17. He was 17? 16? He was 16.
Yeah,
when
that's
I
hard to
started.
change,
Yeah,
if they're
so-
not used to that lifestyle.
So I got lucky. My mother's husband is carnivore. So
Oh, wow.
that's a new one. So I'm excited about that.
That's super exciting.
Yeah.
My mom, for the most part, she is. And both of my cousins pretty much are too. I was talking about earlier, I have a lot of family. I hang out with my cousins. They're like my best buds. But
Oh.
one of them is the one that introduced me to carnivore. I was like, you're nuts. You just eat meat? Why would you do that? You gotta have fruits and
Yeah.
vegetables. But I was kind of already on the path.
Yeah.
But otherwise, my sisters are like, you're crazy. My coworkers
It's
are like,
such a
"You're
mind
crazy."
game. Carnivore is. I mean, once we're in it after a certain month or time frame, of course, it feels normal and then optimal. But like getting into it for anybody, it's just a mind game. It's crazy. It took me 3 months just to get over the fact that even though I was losing weight and feeling better mentally, I was still questioning myself. Still questioning, like, should I have carbs?
Yeah, I think I still do that. I'm like sitting looking at my plate. I'm like, I should have something else on my plate, right? This is weird. And I still feel that. I still feel like I'm missing something. Not Not like I'm
physically.
actually missing something, but
The
it's
psychology of
it
it.
is. Yeah, it's like
Mhm.
this
Yeah.
whole being brainwashed into thinking you have to have certain things on your plate to be healthy, and that's just not the case. We're all
Right.
thriving.
Well, and
I
especially
agree.
like this whole concept here in the South too, it's like everything is about sides.
Mm.
Everything. So it's like you don't really have sides on carnivore. So it's like there is that weird like psychosis of something's missing, but not physically. I
Yeah.
get that.
I think the best is when you like go to a restaurant, and I've done this. I've been out like every single night this past week, which is a lot, but it's fun to do. You go out and they're like, you order a steak. Okay, and we have this, this, and this for your sides. I'm like, can I have another steak as a side? Or I just want the burger. I don't want any bread or anything. Well, what do you want for your side? Another burger? I'm like, what? You don't want anything else? And you're always questioned by it.
Mm,
So it's definitely turned entertaining. I'll say that.
for sure.
Yeah, I feel like you guys probably have. Where are you guys located again?
We live in North Carolina.
Okay, is there a lot of people
Obviously
who like
close.
question you? Like you were saying, a lot of people that question you when you go out to eat, or like even like people if you're
Oh,
sitting around the
family.
table. Yeah.
It's
That's
like,
Everyone.
funny.
where's all your sides? Where's your vegetables? Like, I
I
don't eat
know.
stuff. You don't eat anything like that? Nope. None of it.
Probably
And
like
then
you're
I
crazy.
usually get the look of like, oh,
Mm, that's the
you know,
best.
like, oh, you know, like, you immediately know that they're automatically thinking, oh, you're going to get a heart attack. You're going to die. Like that's, you
Mhm.
can see the real like running across their thoughts.
Yeah.
You're just like,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm just so used to it at this point. I don't even think majority of people who know me now, like know that I'm on a specific diet and they don't even like question me. So
Right.
they either think it's really cool or just like don't care enough, I guess, to ask questions.
Yeah. I like the ones that are shocked at first and then they start asking the questions. And then you get to
Yeah.
get into why you're doing it and how much it's helped you and how you're feeling and how it's hard to explain because you've never really been at this point in your life. You've never
Mhm.
felt this amazing, but here you are and it's like, gosh, I know that all four of us on this call understand it, but when explaining it to somebody who isn't on this lifestyle, it's not really there. You can't. It's an
Yeah.
amazing feeling.
Exactly.
Cool, calm, collected.
That's right.
I switched to my phone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I do think as well, the trust has I've gained trust with my family. One example is with my twin brother. I was back at my class reunion. This is why I left Hack Your Health on that Saturday. And my brother actually told me something I didn't know, which was he's like, yeah, when you first went on carnivore, I was a little worried. And he was talking with somebody else. There's three of us in a little group. And he's like, I was a little worried about him when he started carnivore. I didn't think that it would be healthy. But now, like, that he's been doing it for over 2 years, I actually think he's doing all right. And I don't think it's unhealthy for you. So I thought that's amazing. And also in the U.S. holiday Thanksgiving, I was talking about the sugar babies, as I dubbed them, my nephews. But the parents also have lightened up on their questions to me and to my husband, because again, for both of us, just about, for me over 2 years, for him just under 2 years, and we're here. The one common phrase the brother-in-law always says is, "Well, you're not dead yet, so I guess it's not hurting you too much." And I'm like, yeah.
That's true.
Proof is in the pudding. Proof is in the steak.
There,
Right?
yeah,
Right?
I love it. Yeah,
I feel
it's
like it's
funny how
a
many.
lot more common.
Mm.
Like a lot of people are on this diet, not on the diet, but a lot of people have heard about it, so it's not as like
Oh
I
my
don't know.
gosh.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, it's not as crazy anymore as well. I do think I make waves at work though when I eat butter. Like I don't think it's abnormal for us, but like I'll have butter at some room with maybe 2 or 3 people in the room. And then somehow I'll walk back to like our main office space and then someone will say like, "Hey, I heard you were eating butter. What are you doing that for?" And I'm like, "Who told you that?" I should know better though. I mean, to the average person, butter is unhealthy as a individual food. So
Yeah.
I tend to have, I guess I'll say, have a reputation with where I work. They all know that I pretty much eat only steaks. So going out, I'll order like 2 steaks and I eat all of them. And they're just like, you just ate that much, like 2 18-ounce ribeyes. Like, yep, I ate the whole thing, both of them.
Yeah.
But it's like, whenever we're all out in a group, they're like, so what's on the menu tonight? What are you getting tonight? I'm like, do you even have to ask?
Same thing on repeat. That's funny.
right. And I think it's interesting too. We have a holiday party coming up this Tuesday, and there's a vegan order, of course, and then there's for me, they actually made a specific carnivore meat only order. And in my head, I'm just like, I appreciate the love, but I need this to be a whole lot fattier. Look, I know Christina, you mentioned you like it leaner, but I like the fatty cuts. So I'm like,
course, yeah.
I'll be getting a steak. I'll be bringing it with me to work to have that for my meal.
No, that's funny. Yeah, I feel like people, like when you go out to eat, like ordering 2 steaks looks like a lot, but like in reality, that's like all you're eating. So it's like everyone else is eating the sides and having their cocktails and this. So like the little small piece of meat is gonna fill them up. Where like, I don't know. Sometimes when I go out to eat, I feel like not even the steak fills me up. Like I need like, or like the 2 steaks don't even fill me up. I need like another when I get home.
That's how I feel too. And when you do go out, you're watching everybody else eat all the sides and they're drinking, and then you're just sitting there waiting patiently for your steaks
Yeah.
to show up, and then you eat it all, and you're just like, they're all done eating, but you're like, I think I need another one.
Where they're like, I'm so stuffed, I
Yeah.
can't eat anymore. Like it's a bottomless pit over here. I can keep going.
That's a classic move. The so stuffed feeling. I haven't had that extreme like stuffed and bloated feeling, and it feels great not to have it, but like to just feel satiated and satisfied. And it's like, wow,
Yes.
this is. I didn't know life could be so good.
It's completely different. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This person has butter in their pocket, by the way.
Is it melted?
I'm like, is that the best place to keep that? That's funny. Well, guys, I am probably going to have to close this down as we've been on for 2 hours.
Oh. Yeah,
So-
no worries.
So it's definitely time. I know I have a little one in there that's probably
Mommy.
yeah, going a bit crazy. But I am so glad to get to talk to all of you, to get to see your face again, Christina, as always.
Yes.
Hopefully you'll be on soon again.
Yes, I would love that.
Especially when you're feeling better and we can get more into it.
Mhm.
Yes,
And James,
of course.
as always, love you.
Yeah, I love you back.
Just so you know.
Thanks for having us.
Of course. All right, we are going to shut it down. And for everybody who's watching, until next time.
Bye.